can never ever
help you.
Oh my gosh, seriously, I think this is the one that annoys me the most. Hey everyone, it's Dana Jones here, founder and CEO of CARIBACAD, where we help you pass CSEC French and CSEC Spanish with flying colors. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And in today's episode, we're gonna change up things a little bit here. Usually we talk about CSEC French and Spanish and we go through the papers in detail. But today I received a suggested video idea, which is about common mistakes that CSEC French and Spanish students make, or CSEC students in general make. So I, as a former CSEC student, I taught French in the Caribbean and got 10-1 straight A profile. I really want to help students get advice and direction they need. So I'll be sharing some tips with you today, 4 common mistakes that CSEC students make. I hope you stay to the very end of this video because we have a lot of information to share today. So let us get right into the video. The first common mistake that we often see is that students fail to plan their time while they're in the examination room. You should ensure that you know how much time or how long the examination lasts, essentially the duration of the examination. Paper 1 is 1 hour and 15 minutes for CSEC French and Spanish. Paper 2, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And paper 3, you have about 15 minutes of preparation time and then 10 to 15 minutes of dialogue and conversation and reading with the examiner. For paper 1, let's focus on paper 1 first. The first section, the listening section, is pretty much controlled by the examiner, so you don't have to worry too much, but listen closely. For part B, the reading section of the examination, you have 30 minutes and 30 questions. I don't advise saying, okay, that means I have 1 minute per question, because what you need to do is ensure you get it done in less than 30 minutes, perhaps 20 or 25 minutes, so that you can use the remaining time to look over the entire examination. For paper 2 now, you need to ensure that you get it done in at least 2 hours or 2 hours and 5 minutes, so you can use the rest of the time to look over the examination. It is very essential that you do that, students, because I'm sure several of you have had the experience where you're in an examination and you have 5 or 10 questions left, but you hear the examiner say 2 minutes, students, 2 minutes until the exam is over, and it's a very frustrating feeling. So the only way you can get over that hurdle is to practice with past papers at home and try to simulate or mimic the examination environment. What you can do is use your phone and set a timer to 2 hours and 15 minutes and then work the past papers during that time. So it acts as a way of preparation so that you ensure you get exam done on time. The second common mistake is that often students fail to plan their answers. We've all heard this statement before: if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So this same statement applies to examination planning, and I don't mean, while you're studying or doing your study schedule or anything like that. I mean, inside the examination room, you need to plan what it is that you're gonna write about. This doesn't mean it has to be a fully elaborated plan and you have to write the essay fully, or I should say write the letter fully for paper 2, write the paper 2 letter fully and then rewrite it. No, I'm just saying to write an outline of what you need to write and then begin to execute, because it will allow you to guide your thoughts and guide the whole process and ensure that you don't forget anything, so that you can ensure that you get all the marks. The next common mistake that students often make is not following instructions. I know, students, a lot of you are very avid students and you read and you do your past papers, and you're like, I've seen this several times before, there's no need for me to read the instructions, I've done work in class, blah 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 blah. Reading the instructions can never harm you. It can only help you, because sometimes under exam stress and in the pressure of the moment, you forget what it is that you're supposed to write. So reading instructions serve as a reminder and can also help to kind of calm your nerves. Also, it's good to read the instructions to literally know what is expected of you and to know the marks, or how much you should write in order to lock in the marks, and what exactly you should write in order to get the marks. Many students, surprisingly, they assume the answer, assume what is supposed to be on the paper, and don't actually read the instructions and write what is being asked for. So don't make that mistake of saying, okay, I don't need to write the instructions, I'm sure they're gonna ask me to write a letter on X or Y. And then you write that letter and don't get any marks at all because you disregarded the instructions. So just keep that in mind. The fourth and final mistake that I'm going to be talking about today is leaving out questions. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I think this is the one that annoys me the most, because you're leaving out the possibility of you getting a mark or a few marks. If you leave a question out, it can only harm you. It can never ever help you. Please don't leave out any marks, or don't leave out any questions that could potentially be marks. And I understand that, yes, you might not know the answer, but let me tell you something. Make something up. Make something up. Write something down. You won't be penalized for just making something up. You might surprisingly get a mark or a few marks, and sometimes you may even be doubting yourselves, because you might be wondering, okay, is it A or is it B or is it C? You know, I think it's C, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna leave it out. And maybe when you leave the examination room, you find out from your friends that the answer is actually C, and then you're going to feel quite bad about that. So what you should do is either make up an answer or guess A, B, C, or D if it's multiple choice. Even if you do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, how it goes, catch up with by the toe, however that song goes. Even if you have to do that, just make sure you write something or shade in something. That's really essential. So these are the 4 common mistakes that students make. If you want us to make another video about common mistakes that students make specifically for CSEC French and Spanish, we'll be happy to do that for you. So just leave a comment in the comment section down below. Ensure that you subscribe to our channels in order for you to receive more content, more valuable content like this one. Give our channel or give this video specifically a like, and share it with friends and family so that they can benefit from our content. Remember, students, exam preparation reduces frustration, and you could see that clearly with all the information I was providing you with today. So thank you so much for watching. Au revoir, adios.